welcome to this beginner's Zen Yoga class. We're going to work with a yoga mat, and if you normally use any props or anything like that, such as a yoga brick or a strap, then please go ahead and do so. It's going to be a beginner's practice. We're going to go slowly. We're going to be very mindful to listen to our body. Okay, key concept. So let's start just lying down flat on your yoga mat, just arms by your sides, a little bit away from your body, palms up, and just legs relaxed and wide. And like I say, the key to this yoga work is integrating and connecting the different elements of our being, this being our awareness or mindfulness, our awareness, our physical body sensations, okay, and our energetic body. And we normally access our energetic body best through the breath. So now I'm just going to ask you just to rest your hands on your belly, okay, as you lie down, yeah? And what we're aiming for is on the in-breath, we're aiming the belly just to expand and rise. And on the out-breath, we're allowing that just to recede, come back to the ground, to the mat. So just lying down with your hand on your belly and just observing the in-breath, belly rises. Out breath, letting go, belly comes back down towards the floor. So we're building a connection between our awareness as we in-breath, belly rises, our physical body, the movement in our belly, out-breath, belly releases, and our energetic body. For this class, we're accessing through the breath. So getting a sense of this rising and falling with your breathing and trying your best to maintain this awareness throughout your practice. If you ever drop off or lose that awareness, you can always just come back to breathing. So continuing to breathe like this, lying down, in breath, belly rises, out breath, belly comes back down to the floor. And one more time. And release. Okay, now we're going to ask you to put both your hands, palms face down, on the floor beside your hips. Okay, so just releasing the palms beside your hips on the floor. On our next in-breath, okay, we're going to raise the right arm up and over our head, lying down, and we're just going to turn our gaze to the left. Out breath, coming back down, and the gaze comes back to center. In breath, opposite arm rises, we gaze over to the right side as we're lying down. Out breath, hand comes back down, gaze comes back to center. So breathing like this, lying down. In breath, right arm rises, gaze to the left. Out breath, coming back, gaze to center. In breath, left arm rises, gazing to the right. Out breath, hand comes back down, back to center. One more time each side like this. In breath, right arm rises, gazing to the left. Out breath, coming back down. In breath, left arm rises, gazing to the right. Out breath, coming back down. Okay. On the next in breath, if both arms rise up and over the head. Out breath, we're going to draw our knees in, hands come down and hug the knees. So we're kind of like in a ball shape, hugging our knees in. We can do a little bit of back massage work here. Okay. Working into the lower and mid back, rocking side to side, making little circles. Yeah, and then we're just going to drop our hands on the front of our knees tuck our chin in, and we're going to start to rock and roll forwards and backwards. There'll be a little bit of engagement to come up in the belly, so in the kind of core body, and we're just going to connect with that, just rocking and rolling, trying our best each time to come up towards a seated position, and feeling kind of really strongly dropping our awareness into this core body around the belly. It's our physical center of our body, and in Zen it's a very important part of the body. We're next time going to rock up to seated, okay, and we're going to come to a cross-legged position. In Zen we call it the hara, this area, and it's a very vital source of strength for our yoga work. Okay, so we're in a cross-legged seated position. We're just going to release our hands down to the side, okay, either side of our legs. We're dropping our weight into our sitting bones. Yeah, we're going to inhale. Our right arm comes up close to our ear. Exhale, we're going to reach over, maintain a connection with our sitting bones here, so we can feel the sitting bones, the spine, all the way out into the arm. We just got the other arm there for support, and we're breathing, keeping that awareness, the rising and falling of the breath in the belly for 3, 2, 1, and on the exhale we release. In breath, left arm rises, reaching. We maintain this connection with the earth through the sitting bones, from the fingertips down into the sitting bones, and we're breathing. And exhale, releasing. In breath, both arms rise up. Okay. We're going to twist to our right side with the torso. We're going to release the hands down, one on the opposite knee. Encourage the twist, and this time our awareness feels the weight dropping down from the crown of the head, down the spine to the sitting bones, and an equal and opposite kind of rising up from the sitting bones to the crown of the head, perhaps beyond. Another breath here, and releasing. In breath, both arms rise. We're going to rotate the body to the other side, release the arms, and just gently encourage that twist. Again, reaching against the knee, breathing here. Breathing for 3, and 2, and 1, and we release. In breath, both arms rise and reach up, straight up. Out breath, we're going to bring our 2 little fingers together behind the back. In breath, opening the chest up. The chest is nice and open. Out breath, releasing. In breath, both arms rise up. Out breath, we're going to fold forwards, reaching out through the fingertips, stretching out, rocking a little bit side to side into the hips on each side. Just feeling our way into this as we do so. Okay, from here on in, we're going to bring a little bit of music to our work, and we're going to flow through the different postures, trying our best to keep this breath awareness, this connection to the breath. Breath by breath by breath. Okay, so option 1, we can roll forward and over our crossed legs, or option 2, you just mindfully adjust your positioning to come into a all fours position. So our hands below our shoulders, knees directly below our hips, and we're going to start our cat-cow work. Okay, in breath, we arch the back, looking up. Okay, this is our cow. Out breath, we round, coming back. So moving like this. In breath, arching, looking up. Out breath, rounding, coming back. In breath, arching, looking up. Out breath, rounding. You can close your eyes. You can put a bit of a twist into it. Really feel your way into the spine. You can accentuate it, make it more of like a spinal wave if you want. So making it your yoga practice today, but keeping that connection, breath, body, movement, awareness, keeping it there. Now we're just going to settle into stillness, okay, into sort of neutral position. Next in breath, we're going to shift the weight forward a bit into the wrists. Out breath, hips come back to the heels, towards our child's pose. Okay, in breath, shuttling the weight forwards, just feeling it. Out breath, coming back, hips towards the heels. In breath, floating forward. So the music we're listening to is water sounds. Okay, out breath, coming back. And you can put a bit of a sway into this, so maybe making circles around the wrists if you want. But just making sure we connect the breath and the movement and the awareness. As we do so, we're going to build this connection throughout our practice. Okay? And gradually settling back into neutral position. Again. In breath, right arm's going to reach long, straight ahead. Out breath, coming back. In breath, left arm reaches long. Out breath, coming back. In breath, right foot straight back, reaching out through the four corners of the foot. Out breath, coming back. In breath, left foot straight back, reaching out through the corners of the foot. Out breath, coming back. And we're going to start doing opposites. So in breath, right foot, left arm reaching, expanding, opening. Out breath, coming back. In breath, right arm, left leg this time. Expanding, out breath, coming back. Our next in breath, we're going to take our right heel down to the floor. Open up through the right arm, expanding, inhale. Exhale, coming back. Left heel comes down to the floor. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming back. We're just going to repeat that on the about one more time each side. Right heel down. In breath, expanding. Out breath, coming back. Last time on the left side. Left heel down. Left arm opens, in breath. Exhale, coming back. Okay, and from here you can either, we'll bring our big toes together. You've got the choice to either have a wide position with the knees or a close one. Shift our hips back, outstretch our arms, and we come into our child's pose on the floor. And we're breathing here. Breathing in, breathing out, releasing down into the floor. We draw our hands back underneath where our shoulders will be. We bring our knees in if they've been separated. We tuck our toes. We're going to engage our core muscles, so our knees are now off the mat. Okay, they're floating in the sky. Then we're going to push our hips up and back. We're going to drop our chest down, gazing back towards the toes in our downward facing dog position. Yeah. Breathing here, staying with this inhalation, exhalation in the belly. And 3, 2, one, we're actually going to walk our hands in towards our feet. So walking the hands in, walking the hands in, walking the hands in. We're going to allow our upper body to be heavy, particularly the shoulders, arms, neck. Releasing, knees can be nice and bent. Releasing down, almost like a waterfall flowing out of you, flowing down through the back, through the shoulders, out through the crown of the head. Very slowly, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to start coming up vertebrae by vertebrae from the base. Heavy head, heavy shoulders, stacking one vertebrae upon another, upon another, upon another, upon another, upon another, until we come up to standing. When we get there, we don't stop. Our shoulders come up, back, and down. Okay. In breath, arms rise, reaching up through the fingertips. We're going to reach over to the right side, reaching along through the hands, extending into the fingers, and again feeling the connection with the floor, with the earth, up the legs, up the spine, the torso, out through the arms. Next in breath, we come to center. Out breath, we're going to reach out the other way to the left side, and breathing here. Again, extending out through the arms, connection with the earth. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Exhale, we're going to drop again our little fingers together behind the back, at the base of the spine. Draw our elbows back towards each other, and then we push into the hips a little bit from behind, opening the chest, looking back. Breathing. Next in breath, we come back to center. Okay, we release, shake out any tension. Okay, we're going to do a bit of forward and back work. Okay, just warming the body up a little bit. Okay, so here, I'm going to inhale, arms up, reach high. Yeah, reaching high. Exhale, we're going to forward fold, reaching down towards the ground. Wherever you get to, doesn't need to touch the ground here. Then, we're going to in-breath, so we're going to extend the arms up. Yeah, kind of in our chair posture. Out-breath, forward fold. In-breath, arms up. Out-breath, forward fold. In-breath, arms up, out breath, forward fold. One more time, in breath, arms up, out breath, forward fold, and again we let the body be heavy. Feel into the deep forward stretch, or deep forward fold, and then very slowly we're going to again uncoil the spine. Stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae from the base. Heavy head, heavy shoulders. We come up, 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 up to our standing position. Okay. Dropping our weight down through the legs, sensing that weight dropping through gravity into the earth. Keeping that breath connection. Inhale. Expanding the belly. Exhale, releasing. Okay. From here, we're going to jump the feet wide. Yeah. And we're going to out turn the feet. Yeah. So they're pointing out to the edges. We're going to just check in on our pelvis. We don't want to sort of be sticking the bum out backwards. We're going to want to almost be dropping like there's a weight at the end of our spine and our tailbone. Dropping into the earth. Okay, this is our horse stance. And just breathe here, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. We can do some arm movement. almost like gathering energy on the inhale, releasing what we don't need on the exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to start to push the energy a little bit side to side with the breath, maintaining breath awareness, focusing on the hands, a really good focal point, very sensory part of our body. We also focus on dropping our weight down, strong connection with the earth, building some heat in our legs as we do so, and having quite free movement with the hands. Could be quite spontaneous, we're just flowing and getting a sense of connection with this watery music, these watery sounds, letting the body flow, side, 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 and side. Now we're just going to settle there in neutral. We're going to straighten the legs up. Okay, so the legs, so we've now got a more stable position, putting more weight through the bones rather than the muscular body or the skeletal body. Our right foot is going to extend out to the side. Our left foot's going to come in, so it's kind of pointing in a little bit. I'm going to keep my pelvis kind of there, so again I'm not sticking the bum out. I'm just going to edge into that front knee. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, so I'm not putting the knee beyond the ankle. Pelvis nice there. And we float our arms up into our warrior two position, gazing up and out over that front arm. Now I'm going to upturn the front arm, the right hand in my case. Release the left hand down, in breath, coming up and over into our proud warrior. Out breath, right arm to the knee, left arm up and over. Okay. In breath, coming back. Out breath, flowing, connecting breath, body, mind, and awareness. Look at this, it's actually raining. All our watery music maybe it's brought on the rain a little bit. Last one, in breath, and out breath. In breath up, we straighten the foot, bring it in. Okay. Settle ourselves a little bit, and we're now going to outturn our left leg, pointing that way. Right foot comes in, maybe just 10 degrees. So all we need, we stable our hip position. Our left foot is tracking straight over the ankle. There's a tendency for it to sort of bend in and crumple in. We avoid that. Okay. We sink in, adjust if we need to. Spread our wings. Gaze over the front middle finger for our warrior two position. Upturn our front arm. In breath, peaceful warrior. Out breath, arm comes down, reaching long into the fingers. In breath, floating up. Out breath, moving, flowing. In breath, floating up. Out breath, moving, flowing. In breath, floating up, straighten that leg. And we come back forward facing. Okay, letting everything settle. Okay, quite a lot of work in our thighs and our legs. Dropping our hands to our hips. In breath, shoulders come up, elbows come back towards each other, chest opens. Out breath, forward folding. And we're going to put our hands out in front of us, in front of our body on the mat. In breath, we straighten our spine. Out breath, forward fold. And gradually like this, we're just going to keep subtly straightening the spine on the in breath and folding a little bit more on the out breath. Breathing, releasing. just a couple of options here. We're going to slightly edge up. We're going to open our feet outwards a little bit. There's an option just to subtly shift side to side. So it's a bit like the energy movement we were doing earlier. We can involve the hands and just subtly shift side to side is fine. If you feel it's there, there's the option to come down into this half squat position. Again, drawing the arms into the movement, so we're flowing. We're not static. We've got these different elements of our being. We're trying to connect more, exploring movement with a kind of childlike curiosity. Could be, like I say, half squats. Could be just shifting the weight, shifting the weight, shifting the weight, connecting with the breathing. And gradually settling into a more still position. From here, we support ourselves with our hands again beneath our shoulders. We're going to walk the feet in, heel to toe, so they're just about sort of shoulder width or a little wider apart. We're going to drop the hips towards the heels. Okay, if you're open enough to come into a full squat, great. If your heels need to be off the ground, also good, okay? Just a little less stable. So if you're in the full squat, you can actually drop the hands to the heart, open the chest like this. If your feet are off the ground, it's maybe a little more wobbly, you can maybe just want a bit of support. Working into the sides a little bit. Side to side. And eventually, we make our way down onto the mat. Okay? We're going to do a bit of floor work. A few deeper stretches and some relaxation stuff. Okay? So extending our right foot straight, our left leg bent, the heel kind of near the groin area, toes point towards the outward foot. We rotate our body so we're facing our extended leg. In breath, arms rise. Out breath, they reach forward to grab a hold of the leg, whether it's on the ankle, toes, shin, or behind the knee. When we get there, in breath to straighten the spine. Out breath, forward folding. We're just going to work like this. So in breath, straightening the spine. Out breath, forward folding into the stretch, working little by little. Bringing this quality of kindness towards ourselves. If you can reach, you can even consider kind of kissing the knee. Say thank you to your knee for carrying you through life for so long. And we're just going to very gradually ease out, ease out, ease out. So in our forward fold, we were kind of facing straight on, this straightforwardness towards the extended leg. We're now going to rotate the body, so we're now facing more, chest is open towards the bent leg. Okay? Our right arm's going to come down inside the knee or to the big toe. Our left arm's going to come up and over and reaching out. Okay, stretching. 3 and 2 and 1, and we release. Left arm's going to come down. Right arm's here. It's going to swing across. Hips rise, and we're in our stargazer's position, which again we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and we release down. And we're going to swap sides. Do the same sequence on the other side. Okay, so extend the left leg, right heel in towards the groin area. Rotate the body so we're forward facing our extended leg. In breath, arms rise. Out breath, forward fold. We take a hold of the leg. We in breath to straighten the spine. Out breath, fold. And we flow with our stretch and the breath, feeling our way. Like this sort of yogic explorer. And that's our kind of attitude. curious explorer. What's happening? What are the sensations in the body? What's most beneficial to me in my practice to get out of this posture? How can I make it my yoga? Me connecting with my body, my breath, my mind, my thoughts, my thought patterns. We release. We open, so we're now facing the bent knee. Left arm inside or to the big toe. Right arm up and over, chest open. Stretching into it, stretching. Extending. 3, 2, 1. And easing out of it. Right hand comes down behind us. Left arm sweeps across. We come up into our stargazer. And we're breathing here. So 3, and 2, and 1. And we release down. Okay, fantastic stuff. We're going to do a little bit of abdominal strength work. Again, forwards and back. Some work on our backs, and then we'll finish with our deep relaxation to end our practice. So first up, we're just going to extend the legs straight forwards. Okay. In breath, our arms rise, reaching up through the fingertips. Out breath, we forward fold to our legs, again taking hold wherever is most appropriate for you. In breath, coming to straighten the spine, or intending to. Okay. Out breath, forward folding, just working where we are, reaching breath by breath into the stretch. Inhale, feeling the spine extend as best you can. Exhale, forward folding. And maybe allowing ourselves to round the back as we're coming towards the end of our practice. Maybe even dropping the head down. Perhaps rocking a little bit side to side. Feeling our way into the forward stretch. Feeling what would be most useful for us today with our yoga. And we gently ease out of it. Okay, so we've done a deep, kind of like a deep forward stretch. From here, I'm just going to shuffle a little bit forwards on the mat. You may or may not need to, depending on your space. We're now going to engage in the core, this hara or belly area. We're going to fold back onto our spine. Okay. Neck extended. We're going to draw the knees in. Okay, inhale. Exhale, we're going to flex the feet and reach the heels skyward. And then to the count of 10, and you have your palms down here, by the side of the hips or even underneath the buttocks. We're going to drop the feet to the floor to the count of 10. Core engaged. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. In breath, arms rise, we reach away, coming up, drawing the body up. Out breath, forward fold, just this breath. And release. Slowly does it, we're going back, core engage. Slowly does it, slowly does it, slowly does it. Hands by the hips, palms down, knees come up, feet rise, and we go again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay. Inhale, arms rise. Reaching up, we float up. Out breath, we forward fold for the last time. Deep stretch into the body. We release, we're going to come back. Letting the body come back. This time, our arms come out in a T shape. We inhale, the knees into the chest. Exhale, we drop them to the right side, so the knees come down to the right. Gaze can be straight up or to the opposite side. In breath back to center. Out breath to the left. We're going to build some warmth in our belly. In breath to center. Out breath to the right. In breath to center. Out breath to the left. If you want to make it tougher, you can actually extend the feet, so the feet are extended. Okay? We're keeping the breath movement. Out breath down to the side. In breath to center. Out breath to the other side. If you want to make it easier, okay, you can actually keep the feet on the floor and the knees bent. So in breath to center. Out breath to the side. Keeping the breath, body, movement, awareness, just building this strong sense of just the natural rhythms of our being, or the natural rhythms of life itself. Energy flowing up, down, through the body, through this physical body, through our entire being, through the earth, out, up, through the sky, just subtly shifting and releasing. Okay. Next time we come to center, just like we did at the beginning, we're going to bring our hands on top of our knees, and we're just going to rock and roll forwards and backwards, up and down the spine. Gently does it. Gently does it. Gently does it. Okay, rocking the body. Really we're almost like a bit like a baby when you rock it to sleep. We're sort of rocking ourselves to sleep a bit, because we're going to end with a lying down Shavasana, or dead body pose to finish off our yoga. This time, and again, continuing kind of like the baby thing, we're going to chuck our hands and legs in the air, shake out. Okay, shake out, shake out, shake out. We're going to draw our hands inside our knees, but onto the outer edges of the feet, ankle, shin, whatever's most useful. Draw the feet down in our happy baby posture. Maybe rocking a little bit laterally, side to side, just easing ourselves ready for our final relaxation. Okay. For our final relaxation, we extend the spine, the neck long, we extend the feet out, let the feet fall apart, shift a little bit there. Let the palms of the hands also fall out to the sides. We're going to lower our eyes, lower our gaze, close our eyes. We're just going to allow the natural rhythms of the breath to take form. We're not going to force or manipulate the breath at all. We're just observing the rising and observing the falling. In this final relaxation time, we want to do our best to really release all the muscles down into the earth. So maybe becoming aware of the points of contact with your body and the earth. And at each point of your contact, just doing your best just to say, relax, release, let go. The more relaxed the body can be, the less blockages for the free flow of energy, and the more your body and your system can integrate all of today's Zen Yoga work, all of our practice. you do kind of encounter any tight areas or blockages that don't seem to want to relax or release, you can use your imagination to imagine what it would be like to breathe into those tight areas. On your in-breath, breathing into the tight areas, and on your out-breath, just allowing some of that tightness just to melt away. If your mind has wandered off at all, just gently assist it back to that rising and falling of the breath in your belly. And we're going to allow our breath actually to grow a bit deeper. So breathing in, breath by breath, it's going to build. So breathing in a little bit deeper on the inhale. And giving yourself time to fully exhale as you breathe out. Each breath building, growing, and as your breath expands, so too can your awareness expand from your center, from this belly, outwards to the outer edges of your body, perhaps even beyond. Building here, allowing some movement to return to your fingers, toes, arms, wrists, ankles as the breath builds. Then taking a deep inhalation and enjoying a really nice stretch out and releasing down. Okay. Rolling over onto the right side of your body, using your arm as a pillow, and just gathering yourself here, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. We're going to use our arms to find our way back up to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Our formal Zen Yoga practice now complete, but this awareness of the natural rhythms and energy and breath within you doesn't need to stop now. You can allow yourself to continue throughout your day, and then instead of a brief yoga session, your yoga session can also expand. Settling in seated, dropping our awareness to our sitting bones, feeling the gentle rise and fall of the breath. We draw our hands together in front of us in prayer. Maybe bringing to mind someone we want to dedicate the benefits of our practice to, someone who could perhaps do with a boost in their life. And it can be you yourself, or a loved one, or indeed anyone you know or you've seen about. May they be well. May they be happy. May they find freedom from their suffering. Thank you and namaste. Thank you so much for joining the yoga practice today. The intention is to continue releasing these yoga videos, as well as capoeira, my other passion, videos and tutorials on YouTube. You can subscribe, which will either be in this corner or this corner. There should be a soul movement logo where you can subscribe and join us. Thank you so much for your practice. I do hope we can practice again soon. Thank you. Go well.